Hello and welcome back to our final night of parent meetings. This is a Q&A session, so any questions that you have, please ask. It works much better if there is things that we can answer. So please at this time go ahead and start posting those questions. Once the meeting starts, we will start answering them pretty immediately. We have a few things that we'll share throughout, but the majority of this is going to be focused on answering the questions that you might have. In the meantime, I'm going to put up a little welcome page and play some music from our high school band. We'll see you in just a few minutes. Thank you. Just a reminder to post all the questions that you have right now. more the merrier, and we will answer those and try to get everybody on the same page. Meeting is going to start in just about a minute, so get those posted. See you in a little bit. All right, just sorry about the lack of sound. I think we're back up and going. All right, the first question that we had was, how is the e-learning assignments affecting grades?
Back up and going. All right, the first question that we had was,
Okay, somebody still had sound on the YouTube on the other side. Okay, hopefully that fixed the sound. I apologize, that's my fault. But any of the grades that has been done since spring break, any assignments that's been done can only help a student's grade. Obviously, this is new for everybody. We appreciate the effort that everybody's put forth. We're doing the best we can. We know you're doing the best you can. Nobody should be hurt during this process. So, building-wise, school-wise, statewide, that's kind of the direction everything's been going. Is it can only help you. So, teachers, do you have anything to add as far as how grades are affecting your individual classes?
I'm trying. Sorry. Go ahead, Ms. Powell.
I was just going to say every little bit helps, and so they do get credit for everything that they do. It's a positive move forward. If they had a lower grade point average, this is a good way, an easy way for them to pick those grades up and move forward with A's and B's, you know. And if anybody's in the C or low B category, they can pick that grade up pretty quick by jumping on board.
Right, and I just think it's a great time for them to continue their learning on things that they've already been taught. It's a review, but it also will help the what they call the summer slide. If you are doing those assignments, and I'm looking at each one, I try to comment on each one that is sent to me and try to look at give some suggestions, or say you did a great job and your grade can only go up. And I am very grateful for those parents who are helping with this, because I know it's not an easy task. So thank you.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
That's a good answer. Next question we have is, where's Miss Duke? I probably should have addressed that when we first started, but with the no sound thing, that kind of threw me off. We don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. We were supposed to check in about 10 minutes before the meeting started, so we hope that she'll join us at any time. So I don't know why I keep saying so, but I'm going to stop that now. Ms. Henson, what's the plan for awards being given out? Will those be mailed? Okay. We're going to handle that a little differently, just like we have everything else. What we intend to do is try to do basically a YouTube live version of our awards ceremony, so that we can celebrate all the successes that we've had. We want every kid to feel special. We want every kid to feel like there's some high fives at the end of all their hard work. So teachers will be working in the next week or so and make certificates. We will try to get those to you digitally, and you guys can print as many as you want of them, and we'll go from there. We won't be doing medals. I know 5th grade is used to medals here. There's no medals this year, so that's unfortunate, but that's kind of where we are. As far as the schedule goes, once we get that nailed down, your teachers will be in contact with you to let you know what the plan is there for that last week. All right. When will we see the results from the credits on the online parent gradebook? Teachers? When will grades start reflecting the work that they've been doing?
I'm already in there.
Miss Utley's
Yes,
is already
oops, sorry.
You're fine. Miss Utley's is already in there?
Mm-hmm. I do them every couple of days.
Okay. Miss Landers?
I do mine weekly. I do mine weekly. They should, you should be able to see, when you go to the grade book, that mine are entered in weekly. If you see a concern, or you see that they didn't get points, please let me know. I'm trying to make sure that each child that is working gets that credit. So please let me know. I want to know that.
Okay.
Mine are slower coming because I have been doing everything from my phone. I did get internet put on yesterday, so I do have an actual computer now at home. Mine are slow coming, but they are coming. I've got my first week recorded, but I don't have anything past my first week. I do have my grades labeled, and I just have to pull them from my emails, from my text messages. I have to go in iExcel and pull each child's, but they are coming on. So you should see them start tomorrow, and early next week. I should have quite a few in for the math lab class.
Okay. So hopefully that answered your question. It seems like the majority of them are getting in. If they're not already, they will be shortly. So if you have an individual issue, make sure that you get in touch with your teacher, and they will fix it the best they can. Along the same lines, every night so far, the last 2 nights, we've had questions about packets being turned back in. Again, with the end of the year coming as quickly as it is, we would encourage you all to, there's Miss Duke, we would encourage you all to have all of the work.
Sorry.
Go ahead and mute your YouTube live there, Miss Duke.
Okay, I'm trying. Okay.
All right, so we would encourage you to go ahead and take a picture of them or get them to your teacher digitally. That way we can get those in the grade book. And we will have a way to get those packets back, but just to make sure that you get as much credit, all the credit that you deserve, the easiest way to do it will take a picture, or however you're getting work into you, and do it digitally. All right, Michelle Turney, Maddie's having trouble with science iExcel, not enough information to answer the questions. Miss Utley, is there a way that she could...
Well, after you answer a question, it gives you a full explanation down below that. And so if you read through all of the explanation of that particular question, then it's going to ask a very similar question again.
Okay. So read down below, and then is there a way that they can work with you?
Yes,
either
she can
through-
email me specific questions all the way through it. She's been doing that already. Michelle has been emailing me.
Okay. All right. So hopefully that answered your question. If not, then get with Miss Utley after the meeting, and we'll try to get it straightened out. Again, I've got 2 kids going through this. I know that I can sit up here and say we don't want this to be stressful and we want it to be as easy as possible, but in all reality, it's difficult. It's a change, and we know it's not the most smooth thing in the world. We're doing the best we can, and we appreciate all the work everybody's doing. Madison Chloe said hi. All right.
Ouch.
We'll talk about teachers moving around a little bit whenever we have our promotion ceremony. We were asked if Miss Duke will be here in 5th grade next year, but we'll address all those there at the very end. Let everybody know. Okay, we're starting to get to the end of our questions. Teachers, do you have anything that have been asked of you all that we might share to spread the good news?
We've had the question on what the official last day of school is, and the official last day of school is the 15th, but we are planning after the 8th to do kind of fun stuff that last week. So we should, that way we can take that week and work on our grades and all that kind of stuff.
So we are going until the 15th. That's exactly correct. The attorneys will be emailing you, Miss Utley.
Okay.
Right.
Another question I've had from a few parents is about AR, and does your child need to be reading on their AR level? I would say, it's important to read on your AR level because you're trying to build that academic vocabulary. But if you're like me and you don't have a whole bunch of books at home, or if your child is interested in reading a book that's not necessarily on their level, let them read that book. Just try to keep them close to their level. You don't want them reading baby books or anything like that. But Miss Landers and I have been working to assign books that are on a 5th grade level or close to, so that it should be close to your level.
So I guess when it boils down to it, we're just wanting everybody to read as much as possible. We want you to enjoy it and try to stay in your range. You'll get more good out of it if it is in your range, but any reading's better than no reading. Do we anticipate having regular school in the fall? That is our hope and that is our prayer right now. We won't know until maybe July, kind of how the world is working. There are lots of different schools that are planning for a variety of different ways, and so just we're the same. We've got a calendar for a late start if that becomes a necessity. We've got a regular calendar. We've got I don't think that was me. We've got some plans in the works for kind of a split to schedule where we try not to get too many kids in the classroom at the same time. But things are changing incredibly quickly day to day, and so we'll wait until it's more realistic to make those decisions. But we certainly hope along those lines. Pictures. We've had a few questions about yearbooks and pictures. Ruth Kelly, they were not deemed an essential employer, and so they had to shut down. They've been back up and running for a couple weeks now, I think, but our pictures still haven't been processed. So more than likely, we're praying that we'll have a normal Meet the Teacher next year, and we'll get those pictures up to the middle school, and you guys can grab them there and go from that direction. So if things change on that front, we'll make sure that we get that information out and get those pictures to you, because they are yours and we want you to have them. Okay, what about an AR party? That one hasn't been asked, but I will say celebrate in the safe and friendly confines of your homes. Get yourself a ice cream cone and or popcorn and watch a movie, and we would love to be able to celebrate everything at the beginning of next year, but obviously you guys are going to be in a different building, so that becomes a little harder to do, but we do appreciate all the work you're doing. Okay. Ms. Henson had excellent responses to all my emails from every teacher, almost immediate responses, which has been very helpful. Thank you to each and every one of you. So kudos to you guys. Thanks for asking questions. Again, this is not the, that was weird. This is not the best way to do things. This is not the way that we would like to do it, but we're making the best out of it, and we appreciate everyone being in there with us. Would we come to school in July? If they say, because I miss my dear teachers, I was crying when my mom told me I couldn't go to school. I don't think July school is in the cards right now, but you never know how things are going to change. But we definitely miss you too. All right, we got JJ. I just want to say thank you all for part of JJ Sasser's education. He really enjoyed his time at CS. Well, we enjoyed him too. And if he's listening, it's great to see you, buddy. Miss Betty, agree with Miss Henson. We've been very helpful through all this time. Thank you. That's what I ask you all to say, because you all are in the same boat we are, and you know how hard it is on our side. It looks like we're not doing much, but it's definitely more work than it looks like, and it's different work, so it's harder work for us. So we appreciate everyone. Any other questions from teachers that have been asked of you guys before?
I've had a few students come to me with some problems, and so I've just been doing some Zooms with them. So any of the parents, if they have a student struggling, all they have to do is get in touch with us. I know Mrs. Powell has also. So that's an option.
Right. And I think that's with every teacher, just like we were talking about science. You know, every class may be a little different depending on the amount of tech that they have at home, but we're here to help, and that's no matter if we're here or at home or whatever. That's why we're doing our job. So if you do need help in the last week or so of classwork, then we will do everything we can to help you. Bonus bucks. Bonus bucks has come up every night. Again, this is one of those touchy things. We never dreamed that we wouldn't be here to celebrate. With you all going to middle school and being big kids in the next building up, I'm not real sure how we can celebrate, but if we figure out a way, we will definitely pass the word and try to do something with you. All right, we got a question about enrollment. Okay, 5th grade going to 6th grade. You guys nothing's really going to happen until July, so you can rest until then, and I'm sure the middle school will get the information out at that point. But they've got all the current information that we have in our system. We'll roll that up with them, so they'll need to know any address changes, any phone changes, that kind of thing, and then schedules will be handed out as we get close to the start of the year. But all those dates will be announced on their Facebook and in the paper and every way they can. All right. Well, we definitely appreciate the questions. This makes doing this much easier if there's things to actually talk about. We did have to go hunting for Miss Duke, but she's here now, so that's good. That was the first few questions, but turnout was a little light tonight, but better questions than what we've had. So we miss you guys too. Anyway, we'll hang out here for a few more seconds, and if there's nothing else asked, we will make another video. We meet as a staff every Tuesday, so we'll get some dates pinned down as we near that, and make another video and post that so everybody can be on the same page as far as when things are going to happen. And obviously your teachers will be letting you know too. Teachers, do you guys have anything to say or share, or anything last second wise?
I just want to say that, I hated that our 5th grade year got cut short, but you guys have been super gracious to us and have, not complained when we've had glitches or things like that. And you don't know how much that we do appreciate that. And we do honestly miss your kiddos. Some days more than others, but for the most part, you know what I'm saying? It's just been so weird. Especially since they're going to be at a different building. So I would like the last week that we have until the 15th, that week, we're going to try to do some fun little activities with each of your students. So make sure that they get on and they'll get to see some of the things that we have, exciting little things that we're going to do for them the last week that we have them before summer.
Awesome. Any other teachers? Any last words? That's kind of fun. Nothing? All right. Well, we're going to wrap this one up. Appreciate everyone. Thank you all for everything. And we'll see you at the promotion YouTube live ceremony that will happen toward the end of the week on the last week. So thank you all, and see you later.